2 million views, 30,000 subscribers, and 10,000 in ad revenue. That's what happened this last month, and I want to talk about it. For those who don't know me, my name's Kyle, and I've spent over $250,000 on my health because I got sick from mold in my early 20s. And then I started this channel to build community online around health and wellness. And I've been chipping away at this thing for about 3 years. I also am the founder of the company wellnessdaddy.com. Think of it as like consumer reports for health and wellness products. We help you find the best products, the best people, and the best ideas in the space. And I want to break down the growth that we've had this last month. So we got a lot of new subscribers on the channel. I figured this is a perfect opportunity since we just blew past 50,000 subscribers to do a Q&A and also talk about the experience of what it feels like to blow up on YouTube as I've been working at this for a couple years now. This video is going to be a little bit more raw and unedited, so I'll put timestamps down below if you want to jump around and find whatever it is you're looking for. So I always loved watching these types of videos on YouTube. So for any aspiring content creators or entrepreneurs who are trying to grow their audience on YouTube, I'm sure this is going to be very insightful for you. I've been chipping away at this whole YouTube thing for about 3 to 4 years. For the first 3 years, I was doing it part-time. I was straddling a video marketing company that I was running and the YouTube channel and slowly building up the audience. I was just doing as much as I could while maintaining this other business. And in this last year, I decided to go full time. And in those 3 years, we grew to about 35,000 subscribers. I think currently at the time of recording this video, we're at 68,000 subscribers. So in the last month, we doubled the channel. What took me 3 years, we just did it in the last month, which is kind of mind-blowing to me, but I feel like we really caught some wind in our sails and now we've got a lot of momentum. I had some success. I had some videos with a couple 100,000 views that were doing well, but nothing that was like truly viral. And when I put this most recent video out, it's titled Meet the 62-year-old who's aging backwards. I knew before I put that video out that it was going to blow up. I just had a sense. I've been doing this long enough to really know what a banger looks and feels like, and that was definitely one of them. In the first week, it got 400,000 views, and now it's somewhere sitting, I think it's like 750,000 views, right around there. And in the next 2 months, it'll hit 1 million views. And this video, as it started to pick up steam, I started to get really excited because I've been working for this for a long time, and you know, it's hard to explain, but you just get this huge dopamine rush. Like it's like injecting heroin is what it must feel like. Not that I've ever done that, but it's such a rush and it's so exciting. But at the same time, for me, it was also a little bit stressful. And I noticed that there was like some anxiety coming up and I was feeling kind of unsettled by the amount of visibility that was now coming towards me and the amount of comments and just all the energy associated with this video. This video lifted the entire channel, and an older video about castor oil started to pick up steam as well. And that one got, I think, 750,000 views in the first week and is now at like 1.3 million views at the time of this recording. And so that lifted the channel even more and everything just like went up. And that was pretty wild. The difference between the comment section on the castor oil video and the one about the anti-aging stuff is wild. The anti-aging stuff, it seems like I just hit a nerve where people are so triggered because of the dogma associated with diet and some of his lifestyle choices. And it was really interesting to see that part of humanity. And versus in the castor oil video, the comments are very wholesome, very uplifting, very supportive, and very like friendly, for lack of a better word. And that was not the case with this other video. And you know, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but the comment section on that video, yeah, it really got me thinking about some stuff that I think is going to be really important to discuss, not just on my channel, but on the internet in general. So for all the business owners out there that want to know numbers and stuff like that, I can tell you that it lifted our affiliate revenue by about 20%. And we made an additional $10,000 in ad revenue. And in addition to that, we also collected about 2,000 to 2,500 emails. So in a very short period of time, we were able to really kickstart our list. And by the way, we just released this non-toxic, healthy home product database. So we like vetted hundreds of products and we put it into a database and we're giving it away for free. That's our list builder. If you want to download it, you can click one of the links in the description. I'll put it down there for you. But that's been really exciting from a business perspective. Obviously, the AdSense is great. The revenue from the affiliate stuff is great, and the list building stuff is great. I am really running a business, not just a YouTube channel, and so those numbers are important to me, not just the vanity metrics. So how do I feel now that things have kind of calmed down and my nervous system has settled a little bit? I feel really excited. I feel really, really pumped about the results that we're creating, the content that we're making. Even though there's been a ton of negativity that has come with this amount of visibility, there's also been a ton of positivity, and I'm now communicating and talking to more of you than I ever have. And I'm just really, really excited about, number one, what we're building. I'm excited about my team. I'm excited about the type of stuff that we get to make and the future of Wellness Daddy. And that is to be revealed soon. Sooner or later, you'll start seeing some upgrades and some things coming on the horizon that will, I think, help you a lot. And my hope is with the content that we make that it's inspiring, that it's informative, that it's educational and entertaining, and that you really come back to Wellness Daddy and we can become a trusted source for you to find good health and wellness information, to find good products, to find good people, to find good ideas. That's like the whole shtick, right? So I hope that we can act as that sort of filtering mechanism to help you find good stuff. And I'm working really hard to do that. And I believe that we're creating some of the best content in the entire health and wellness space. As far as I can tell, our stuff is the most compelling in terms of storytelling and visually how it's being edited and just like how people like to consume content right now. And one of my kind of like my dream or like the vision or the mission when this thing started was to make being healthy and living well cool and sexy, because I found that I only started getting into health because there was something wrong, like I was experiencing problems. But if I had gotten inspired or I was entertained, by someone in the health space, maybe I wouldn't need something really bad to happen for me to be excited about doing these types of things. And so at the crux of what we do, that is underpinning everything. I've been working really hard for years, sort of inching along to try to get this thing into escape velocity. I feel like we're finally here, and that makes me just like really fulfilled. Like I feel like I deserve it. Like I've been working really hard for it, and to anyone else who's trying to make something happen like this, I would say just keep going. It's going to feel like nothing's happening. Like literally you're going to doubt everything. You're going to question yourself. Other people are going to question you, and you're just going to wonder, is this even worth it? I'm spending so much time on it. And if you keep going and you keep persisting, you keep tweaking, you keep refining, you keep upgrading, you keep making it better, then eventually you will break through and it's going to feel really good. So just keep going. Okay, so this brings me to the next topic, which is our channel values. So this is a trend that I've been seeing on YouTube. I know tons of creators and I talk with them all the time. I'm friends with them, and I watch them from afar and I see it happen. And I notice that when videos go viral, it really starts to reach this mass audience. And when that happens, it doesn't always reach the most open-minded people because it's just reaching everyone. And as a byproduct of going viral, you start to get really trashy comments and really mean things are being said and rude things, not even just about me, but also people in the video or to each other inside of the comments. And I think as a society, we've just become like numbed out and like just way too comfortable with like the level of negativity that exists on the internet. And I know that most of you watching this, it's not you. And it's unfortunate that usually it's just the loud minority in the comment section. And for anyone who's commented something positive and uplifting and supportive and like inquisitive and all that stuff, thank you so much, because I see those comments and it really helps me a lot. But it's hard not to see the amount of negativity that happens in the comment section, especially when a video goes really viral. And I just want to set the precedent here. And I hope that other creators or other influencers or people making content online see this and do something similar. And the precedent is that we're going to establish a zero tolerance policy for negativity, for ignorance and for victimhood. I feel like it's unacceptable the way that we speak to each other online. And I've seen so many creators fall by the wayside, have their mental health destroyed, have, just really, really nasty, unfortunate things said about them. And also like said to other people who are just like, you can't, if you don't have an icon and you don't have like a name and a profile, you could literally just say whatever you want and you think you can just get away with it. But if we were in person, you would never, ever say some of the things that you're saying. And so that's just going to be the rule going forward. If you wouldn't say it to my face, then don't say it. And if you do say something that's negative, ignorant, or being a victim, then I'm just going to ban you from the channel and just remove you immediately. And this is just going to be the policy going forward because this is my corner of the internet. I've worked really hard to build what I'm building, and I love what I do. And this is my life's work. And I'm pouring myself into these videos and into what I make. And I do my very best to be as accurate, as helpful, and as inspirational and supportive and positive and uplifting as I can be. And like, I'm still met with so much negativity, and I'm not the only one who's experiencing that. And usually the viewers who are not negative, they just never comment anything. They're just watching from afar. And I know that because when I watch stuff, I don't comment. I'm not commenting. So I'm just going to establish these rules on the channel now and going forward. So it's not that I can't take criticism, and it's not that I can't be wrong, and it's not that I don't say things that are inaccurate. It's like, of course, those things are happening. I want the comment section in my videos, and I want the people in my audience to know that this is a safe, healthy, and open-minded environment where you can share things without fear of being attacked. And I don't claim to know everything or to always be right or, to not take different things into consideration. So I'm not trying to just create an echo chamber for myself. I just want to create a positive environment on my corner of the internet. And so whether you disagree with me or you have different values or whatever, that is the world we live in, but we need to be able to have conversations and dialogues with respect. So from now on, going forward, if you don't have something positive to say, or if you have something constructive to say, just say it with respect and all will be good. And if you don't, then we'll just remove you and you'll never see our content again. And if you're one of those people out there who's watching right now who never comments, but you love what we're doing and you're in support of the channel and you seem to be getting value in some way, shape, or form, leave us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. What type of videos would you like to see in the future? Who should we make videos with? Who should we collab with? What type of products should we review? Like, I am always listening to what you guys have to say, and I'm thinking about you. Every time I make videos, I have you in mind, and I'm always trying to think about how can I help you as much as I can, because part of my gift, it is my greatest wound, right? My greatest wound is like I spent all this time, energy, and money on my health, and it was like a nightmare. And I basically lost most of my 20s because of my health. Even though I was still doing tons of stuff, I was struggling the entire time. So my hopes is with this content, with every product, with every interview, with every thing we explore together, I hope that I can collapse that learning curve for you. And it would mean a lot to me if you would let me know what you've enjoyed and what you want to see more of in the future going forward. All right, with that out of the way, let's answer some questions. Okay, Michael Rosh-Q6P asks, would you like to review Bryan Johnson's new supplement line? Do you think it's good and worth the money? It might be worth it to review his supplement line. I'm just not a huge fan of these like powdered things other than like protein powder, because I feel like it kind of moves people in the wrong direction, which is enabling them to not eat real food. Like, I think we should just start eating real food, and that should just become like the thing that we do. And if you don't have time to eat real food, then we need to really reevaluate how we're spending our time and maybe like build some systems and hire some people or just like eliminate some things from our life so that we can slow down so that we can eat real food. The thing that I don't like necessarily about Bryan's supplements is, or specifically the powdered one, is he uses allulose. And allulose is definitely a gut irritant. And for me, I have a sensitive gut and I work really hard to like have healthy gut health. And that's a weird thing to say, have a healthy gut health. I work really hard to have good gut health. And I don't want to put anything that's going to disrupt that if I can avoid it. However, I really like his olive oil. I did try his olive oil and I think it tastes amazing. I think he nailed it with that one. 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎, male, 19 and skinny, want to get better in life physically and mentally. Are there a few things I should do to achieve that goal? Yes, I would start working out, strength training, and some cardio. I would build a really, really awesome community of supportive people who will uplift you, who are like have a growth mindset. And I would choose some type of challenge, whether it's in your career, like starting a business, or to work underneath someone, like get mentored by someone who's really successful. And I would work in those 3 domains: your health, your wealth, your relationships. I would set goals and I would build a support system around those goals. And through that process, you'll discover a lot about yourself. It's not necessarily about obtaining the goal per se, but actually finding out who you are. And then through that, that can be used as your own vessel for personal development, where it's like, oh, I realized that like for the longest time, I didn't want to hire a team because I was afraid of the responsibility that was required. And then as soon as I started hiring a team, I realized, wow, business is so much more fun when you work with people. And that responsibility actually grows my capacity as a man. And that's a really good thing because I am now can lead myself better because I can lead others better. And I can lead my family and I can lead my friends. And that's just a good thing overall. So I think focusing on the big 3 and just moving in that direction and keeping track of the progress and evaluating what comes up as you go on that journey is a great way to do that. Okay, user .NU6SP8DJ8Y says, tier list of all the things that improve and maintain your health that you've tried. That would be an exhaustive list. I've spent many of hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure things out. But I would say if I could go back and do it all over again, I would prioritize the basics. And I would spend 90% of my time on the basics, and then 5% on testing, and then 5% on supplementation. And the basics for me are sleep, nutrition, movement, hydration, sunlight, purpose, community, and emotional health. And I would really, really advocate that everyone spend the majority of their time focusing on those things. But in terms of the products that I'm consistently using after now trying so many things, I use my red light therapy device every single morning. I'll put a link to a video up here about why I do that. I take magnesium, MagTech from Natural Stacks. I have a video about why I do that. I take that before bed. That's really helpful. Blue light blocking glasses. I wear them every night before bed, 90 minutes to 2 hours. And I do the sauna multiple times a week. And I go to network chiropractic twice a week as well. And that's for like emotional well-being and the health of my spine and nervous system. I think it's like the most underrated thing that no one knows about. Pranav Gunti 4195. What's your diet and or what's your take on what healthy eating looks like? Okay, so my diet is, I do the AIP diet and I do a rotation diet. So like it's a rotating AIP diet. It's a bit modified. So the idea behind the AIP diet is the autoimmune protocol. And the reason why I do that is because I had Hashimoto's and I just found that I feel best when I'm doing the AIP diet. So that's meat, fruits, some vegetables like low oxalate lectin vegetables, and then like basically sweet potatoes and golden potatoes, and that's basically it. And then the rotation aspect is I'm rotating proteins in vegetables every day. So I'll do like beef on one day with different types of vegetables, then salmon on another day with different types of vegetables. And then, I try to rotate the carbs as well, like different colors of sweet potatoes and yams and squash and and tubers and these types of things. And then my thoughts on healthy, the reason why I do the rotation is because it's supposed to be super good for your immune system, gives your immune system a break. I got that from Paul Chek. So my thoughts on healthy eating are, it's really different for everyone. Like if you have gut issues, or if you have autoimmune issues, or if you have a genetic predisposition to this type of disease, there's all these things that you need to really take into account. So I'm a big fan of just personalized health. But as some like rules of thumb, I just believe in the real food diet, as close to nature and the source as possible. So regenerative farming, grass-fed, grass-finished, organic, pasture-raised, like all that stuff I think is really important. If you could shop at a farmer's market, that's ideal. If you can meet the farmer and get your food from the farmer, then that's ideal. I think you need a balance of all these different micronutrients. And so Dave Pesco talked about having a micronutrient dense diet and a diverse diet. So I'm into the density of nutrition and the diversity of nutrition. And from what I currently know about nutrition, and I'm definitely not a nutrition expert, I have a lot to learn on this, is that the more different types of varieties of food we eat, the more diverse our gut microbiome is, and by nature of that, the healthier we'll be. So that's kind of like my philosophy. If you need a little bit of protein powder, you need a little bit of processed food, it's not going to kill you. I actually think it's good for adaptation and resilience, and not to be perfect all the time. Like you should every once in a while, like have some seed oils, or you should I just don't think it's like, you could cause so much more stress thinking about trying to have a perfect diet and making sure you're never exposed to anything, bad, that's actually going to cause more damage than it is going to be practical and beneficial. So I like having more of a looser philosophy, while 80 to 90% of the time being really dialed in. Okay, Delta Font YT asks how to wind down and fall asleep at the same time every day to wake up early. So I think the fastest way to create behavioral change is to work with the belief system and at the level of the identity. So if you can really teach yourself that you are a person who is consistent, who goes to bed and wakes up at the same time, that is the most powerful lever that you can pull, is really building that mindset around, I am this person and I sleep well, I get to bed on time. It's so easy for me to fall asleep. It's so easy for me to get good sleep. I can sleep anywhere. I have these beliefs that I built for myself. And so the behavior patterns that create the results of like consistently good sleep are really, really easy for me to just do. Like I don't have to think about it because it's just who I am. So that's what I think about that. On a more tactical, like specific, what do you need to do? I think that you get to just entrain yourself with the circadian rhythm. So it's waking up at your designated time, looking at the sun, going for a walk in the morning, setting your circadian rhythm with the light exposure, meal timing, and movement, having your breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time, early dinner, putting the lights down or lights red in the evening, and getting off technology 2 hours before bed, having a wind down routine, and taking MagTech magnesium and maybe some glycine. And those habits over time will get you into that rhythm. I think it can be really simple and really straightforward. I don't know if that sounds simple, but it's simple for me. So it's just like viewing light at the right time, moving your body at the right time, and eating at the right time, and minimizing light in the evening, and making sure that you're down regulating. A lot of sleep comes down to like emotional stuff, in my opinion. So like the mindset stuff is not to be overlooked. And if you can just like really get yourself into a calm, peaceful state, and it will be easy to fall asleep on time. Cody Ray asks, wow, how did you grow that significantly in a month? I think it's been building for a long time. We've had good traction for a while, and then it's just picking the right video idea, right topic, and then right title, thumbnail, and that's it. Once you get the right video, YouTube just pushed it. And we had a backlog of really, really good content that was relevant. So then when people saw this one video, they go and binge watch the rest of the videos. And so we've been putting out really good content for 3 years. and we've been getting better and better and better with every year. So it's just like, I think it was just natural, happen at sooner or later. Like I remember looking at some of our videos with my editor or with my other creator friends, and people were like, man, why isn't this blowing up? And, I think it's just, I don't know, just not the right time. And, but if I were to give you advice, it would just be like, focus on packaging, focus on the video idea and the packaging, and that's the difference maker, and the hook of the video. So idea, packaging, and the hook. You do that and YouTube will push it. Jeff Boobles, I love your videos, very informative. Thank you, Jeff. If you could only do one thing to change your loved one's health, what would you do? I would get them to start strength training. I don't think there's anything that's more beneficial to your health than strength training. From what I've learned so far, it just seems like as close to a magic pill as possible. And it just helps everything. When you start strength training, you're going to start making healthier nutrition choices. You're going to start sleeping better. You're going to build self-confidence. All your hormones are going to be working better. Your blood sugar is going to be working better. It helps with your gut. It's just like everything. So the more I studied, the more I learned about health, the more I realized like, wow, I think it's actually a lot simpler than people are making it out to be. So strength training would be the thing that I recommend. And then he goes on to say, I've done a lot for my health over the years and recently cut out seed oils, sugar, processed food. I feel so much better. I would recommend this, but most are unwilling to make the change. What are the top 5 things you would do that the average person doesn't do to live a healthier lifestyle? Love your Google Sheet. Thank you for this. Yes, absolutely. Top 5 things. I meditate 30 minutes a day. And that's like something that's becoming a non-negotiable for me. I think it's very hard for people to sit still for 30 minutes, but it will absolutely change your life for the better. One of the other things that I do that a lot of people aren't willing to do is I'm really consistent. I'm just really, really consistent with my sleep. And that is a hard thing to do. I'm not perfect. I'm not super rigid like I used to be, but like if you looked at my sleep scores, it's like 90 plus every single night, except for like maybe 1 or 2 nights, 3 nights a month. So that's not easy to do. 5 things. What's another thing that I do? I stopped drinking. I quit drinking when I was 22 years old, and I think people have a really strong attachment to drinking alcohol, and it just wasn't aligning with my life goals. And my friend James Swanwick, shout out to James, he kind of had an intervention with me, and he was just like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you got to stop. It's not like I had an alcohol problem. I like to drink, and I like to have a good time, and it was really holding me back. So I gave up drinking, and then I also gave up gluten. I had to give up gluten because it was going to destroy my thyroid if I didn't. And I think that's a really hard one for people to give up. But gluten in America is just the worst. In other countries, maybe not so much, but in America, it just destroys your intestinal permeability in your gut. So that's not good. The other thing that I'm willing to do is to completely change my lifestyle. And this business is a perfect example of this. I used to have a video marketing company. I was really stressed out working that business. It was like big ups and downs, agency lifestyle. If you've ever run an agency or done client work, you know how stressful that can be. And I decided 3-4 years ago that I needed to completely change my business, even though I loved what I did, because it wasn't good for my health. So I literally patiently built this thing that is supporting me now over the course of the last 3-4 years. And I knew it was going to take a long time, but I knew it was going to help me fully heal. And so that was a really hard thing for me to do. Okay, next one. Chris Van Loan asks, what's the most exciting new wellness technology of the future that doesn't exist yet? I don't know if it doesn't exist yet, but I think we're going to start to see a lot of integration of all these like wearables and trackers into blood work and into preventative health and personalized health. So I think like if you wear a smart ring or a watch, or you haven't ate sleep, or you're wearing a CGM, all that stuff, all that data is going to start being aggregated into one singular place. And then you're going to start working with doctors who want to actually treat things from a holistic perspective. And they're going to have the data to actually know if it's making a difference versus just kind of saying, here's a drug and good luck. I remember when I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's, they were like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. And we could just put you on medication, but we don't even think you should go on medication. And I was like, okay, like I've met people who put their Hashimoto's into remission through diet and lifestyle and targeted supplementation. So no. So I just think there's going to be a lot more people reversing disease and also just preventing disease because they took the right tests, they have the right data. It's like, hey, you've been on your resting heart rate has been trending up for the last 6 months. Like we really got to like monitor your stress, like increase your like aerobic capacity. And like, there's just going to be measures like that are going to happen. And I think people are, if they have the means to work with a doctor like that, then they're going to be able to live a much longer, healthier life. Eddie Laderia says, best tool to increase HRV and decrease your resting heart rate. Not a tool or gadget per se, but 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎 breathing is a form of breath work that I learned and utilized a lot. And it's a powerful nose-nose breathing. You can look up 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎 breathing on YouTube. Check out this guy named Patrick McEwen. And if you practice that 10 to 20 minutes a day, it will absolutely increase your heart rate variability and decrease your resting heart rate. Jack Brakanev, how have you been, brother? I've been good. It's been a stressful month, but it's a mixed bag. I'm really excited about the channel, and then I have some personal stuff going on that I'm kind of working through. But I'm happy to be on the path that I'm on. And thank you for the question. Kasha I don't know how to say your name. Kasha. Yeah. Hi, Kyle. I've been a big fan of yours. I've been following you over the last year and a half, from the Bellicon to changing my identity to the Sauna box. I have learned so much from you, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful for you as well. I'm a dermatologist and run about 5 startups. That's a lot of startups. I have been on Shark Tank. Think you would be a good founder of one of my companies I'm getting ready to launch. Please let me know if I can present the idea to you. I'm not going to say no. I'm always open to things, but probably not going to be running a startup anytime soon. I quite enjoy my business. So thank you for the offer, and maybe we can speak about it. Sean, I believe is how you spell the name. Would love to know your thoughts on rapamycin, Acrobos, MitoPure, Sinclair stuff, saunas, cold plunge, fasting, protein intake for longevity. I think I was actually just looking at this. The Dr. Sinclair stuff, I don't know the guy, but there's some stuff happening with him that seems a little sketchy. I know he sold his company to this private equity company, and like apparently the results from his studies were proven to be false. And so the supplement that he was like selling or whatever, don't quote me on this, this is just what I heard, is that it's not legit. I took a look at MitoPure, and it seems like BS to me. Like their studies are not good. And I think Simland did a video on that, and it was like pretty revealing how bogus their studies were. As far as saunas go, I'm a huge advocate for saunas. I think it's one of the best things that you could do for your health. I do it at least a couple times a week, and I'm a big fan. Cold plunging, I think, is overrated. I think it's good. I like how it makes me feel. I like the increase in dopamine, the focus from a mental health aspect. I think it's really good. I think it can be problematic for people who are dealing with adrenal issues, or even in my instance, thyroid issues. I think it is good, but it's just it's overhyped. I like it, and like it's not like I don't cold plunge every once in a while. It's just like I used to do it religiously, and now I do it sparingly. So I hope that explains enough. Fasting, I don't do fasting because I'm already pretty light and I don't have much muscle. I don't want my muscle to eat itself, but I do kind of reverse fasting because I have an early dinner between 4:30 and 6. And then I fast through the night until 9 o'clock in the morning. So I kind of fast, but that's mostly just for sleep, not really for anything else. And then protein intake, I'm big on high protein. I eat about 150 grams of protein per day, and I weigh like 120 something pounds. So I'm trying to get my weight up. So I'm big on the protein. I notice I feel better when I eat more protein. It's also really good for my blood sugar. Ramas Hatchet asks, I am a diabetic survivor and would like to know how to be an affiliate for the products you recommend. The way that you can do that is to reach out to them. Usually at the bottom of their website, they'll have an affiliate thing that you click on. You can fill out a form, or you just find the head of partnerships or affiliate manager at the company, and you send them an email or send them a DM on social media, and you just say, hey, I really like your product. Here's the type of content I make. I'd love to explore some type of arrangement. If you're open for collaboration or some type of affiliate thing, here's kind of what I'm planning. And usually you'll get in touch with someone, and then you guys discuss it, and then you sign up as an affiliate. Or there's these things like Share Sale, where are like, I don't even know what they are, but you could sign up to Share Sale, and then you can access all these companies and you can apply for their programs inside of these websites. And that's also a good place to do it as well. So those are all the questions for today. And I just want to wrap up by saying thank you so much for being here on this journey with me. This has been a dream of mine, and I'm continually just humbled and also just really in awe of what's possible on the internet. Although, we had a lot of people on some of those videos that went viral, like say some interesting things, I still love this. I really do. And I'm starting to love it more because I feel very aligned. Like I feel like all this stuff that happened to me in my early 20s and my mid 20s, even my late 20s, is like, it's all for a greater purpose. And this might sound maybe like woo woo or a little out there, but like I really do believe that all this stuff that I went through was for something much bigger than myself. And now I look at the numbers and last month we reached 2 million people, and I feel that every time I make a video, I'm sprinkling little seeds of health and wellness into the world and into people's lives. And I know that when you watch my videos, you feel that. You know that I care. You know that I love this, that I mean what I say, and that I always try to put my best work out there to help people. And it feels good. It feels good because I suffered for a very, very long time. And, I still work through things. I still, I'm not perfectly healthy. And I very much am putting myself in this role of I'm just a guy trying to figure this stuff out like you. And I'm just sharing what I learned along the way. And it's just really beautiful that I get the opportunity to help and serve people. And my mission, is now being actualized, and I have a plan. And the plan is to build a healthy home, a home that makes the occupants healthy instead of makes them sick, like I got sick because of mold. And I'm going to document that process, and I'm going to share the journey along the way. And I'm going to build the blueprint for how to do this and give it away. And that feels really energizing to me. And I love reviewing these products. I love talking to the founders. I love sharing what I learn. I love interviewing these experts and just learning as much as I can, and hopefully leaving some breadcrumbs to inspire you and to help you and to educate you and to just make the world a little bit healthier. So thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. And I know we're going to hit 100K pretty soon, so I'm sure I'll do another Q&A. So if you didn't get your question answered in this one, you'll get another opportunity. All right, take care. Be well.